Hey everyone, I appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group. Today we have a project called R3 token, R3T token. R3T token is driven by a mission to make real estate accessible for people all over the world, regardless of their location and financial status. By leveraging the blockchain technology, the objective is not only to provide accessibility, but also to provide transparency and security for everyone into real estate worldwide. So with that, I'd like to welcome Kay, Michael, and Phil. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. If you guys can start out introducing yourself, talk about your team, and give us a bit of insight on your experience and background, please.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here. And yes, my name is Kai Schiefner. I'm the CEO and founder of Real Estate Token, of R3 Token. I'm in the crypto space since 2017 as an investor and invest in a lot of projects. But in the beginning, I bought some Bitcoin and Ethereum and other altcoins, and got a lot of experience because of that. And after I got this experience, I founded my first own project. It's Real Estate Token in 2021. And our goal is to combine crypto and real estate because, crypto is the crypto market has such a potential for the future, and the real estate market is the biggest market all over the world with over 200 trillion USD market cap. And when we combine these two markets, we can achieve such an amazing potential. And yes, we want to give the people all over the world the chance to invest international real estate deals. So that's a little bit about me. I give the word to Michael.
Hello together. I'm Michael Eike. I'm the co-founder of the R3 token. I'm very proud to be here in your community. My part in the R3 team is strategy, and I'm into the ecosystems. We will show you later. I knew Kai a long time. I knew him for 7 years. We started all together. We bought together our first Bitcoin. We bought together our Ethereum and the altcoins. And then we got then we want to do something for ourselves. So we have the idea for 22 months ago to create our own project, the R3 token project. And here in Germany, I got a huge big network with Web2 investors. We show them how to be in the crypto space. We teach them how to do transactions and so on. A lot of real estate investors for the long term in our team here offline. I think it's a very important part from our community, even the offline part. At the moment, they are very satisfied with all. They are looking forward to our first listing, to the start of the building next month. And that's a little bit about me. And I will hand over the word to Phil.
Hi. And I'm gonna introduce the rest of the team that we have. We have further team members in the core team. One of them is Chandrim Barakhtari. He's the man for the ground. He's the one dealing with the construction work with his company, Building for Future. And we have Johan von Roy. Johan von Roy is our professional speaker, and he is also the one doing the live events, like we had a live event on exactly like I think a week ago. It was at the 18th in Frankfurt. In the Hilton Hotel, we had around 100 guests and celebrated the start of the pre-sale. We have Joshua Krüger. He is the community manager in his day job. He is in the old financial system. He's a banker, and he leads the community. He takes care of the moderation. We have Sabine Speth. She is the chief marketing officer of this project. She is very experienced, has over 40 years of experience in the marketing world and the event world. And she helped also to make this party at the Hilton Hotel in Frankfurt a full success for everybody. And last but not least, there is me. I'm Phil. I'm 29. I'm from Austria. I came to the space in I would say like 2017, I bought my first assets here, but I really fell into the rabbit hole in 2020, started to work for first projects, first as a moderator, as a community manager, as a voice chat guy, and later on developed myself more in the direction of marketing. These days, I help to build brands, to create their social presence, to build streams of viewers on social media and whatever in terms of marketing. I assist the R3T team, and I also assist them with voice communication if our second, let's call him online speaker, Joshua, isn't here.
I
And
appreciate
beside that, sorry to cut you off, just one more information. And beside that, we have around 10 hands online that take care of social media, like moderators, social media managers. And we also have something that is very different from a lot of crypto projects. We have an offline sales team of around 40 people that are on the road out there and educate real estate investors and Web2 people about the chances that tokenization and the Web3 offers to them.
Appreciate the introduction there, Phil, Kay, and Michael. Very detailed introduction. That's really awesome that you guys not only have the experience in real life, but also in crypto as well. Like you mentioned there, Michael, you and Kay have been together for 7 years now in the crypto space and bought your first Bitcoin together. That's pretty amazing, man. That's an awesome story. So I know Kay, Michael, you guys are co-founder along with Quendrum. Now, would you say that Quendrum, he's not here today, but would you say that he's the main guy behind this real estate idea?
So, so I'm and Michael, we are the crypto guys, and for the strategic part in the company. And Chandra Tari, he's our construction manager and the man for the real estate part. He built, also you have a big construction company in Switzerland and a big construction company in Kosovo too. And there we built our first construction project, and he also built over 100 apartments in this country, so in Kosovo and the capital Pristina. So he have a lot of experience, and with him we built our project.
Yeah, it looks like from what I can see on the white paper there, looks like he came from a lot of experience in the construction of real estate market. And so you guys, looking at your team there, I can see that you guys put together a very strategic team. So meaning that you have one person pretty much in a different background that is necessary in order for you to grow your project currently, right? You have the marketing team, you have the speaker, and you have Phil. Looking at the screen name, he also has his own lounge there in the crypto space. And you have Sabine, which is the chief marketing officer as well. Now, Phil, I see that there's two different marketing officer with you and Sabine there, because marketing is very important. And I'd like to go in depth on what you mentioned earlier on the offline sales team later. But what kind of roles you guys play between Sabine and yourself there, Phil?
So absolutely, Sabine is the key figure when it comes to the offline side of things. Like, she is very experienced when it comes to running events, to market the brand offline, and get the right material. For example, we still have print material for people to hand out. We have a lot of people in the boat as early believers that are used to get their information not online from a white paper, but in a print. And she takes care of that. She makes incredibly beautiful marketing materials, and works together with the sales team. There it is, for example. And they spread the word around that. And and the rest of the online marketing team, we take care of the brand online. We build social media. We take care of the community. We organize these AMAs that we do currently. We get the project in contact with, let's say, for example, centralized exchanges that we can touch later on. We get banners rolling. We collected over 10,000 emails over this initial campaign that we did, and we send out emails to the investors or just to curious minds that registered themselves for our newsletter.
Awesome. I love that because, with your company right now, you guys are not your ordinary, just a crypto company, but the R3 token company is, you guys are bridging the real life business to the blockchain. So in recognizing that, you recognize that you need two marketing managers, which is the traditional side, the offline side, which is Sabine, and you also need a crypto side, which is the online side, and you guys have both. So I think that's actually very important, and I think that works out for you guys very well to date, right? Because you guys raised a lot of money through Pink Cell. So congratulations on that. But that's really awesome that you guys recognize that, and that's actually very crucial, because with every single project, whether that's real business or online business, it is a business, and marketing is very important. And I'm glad that you guys recognize that, and you guys have both in your project.
So it's also important to say we don't talk about the development part. We have also one CTO in our company, and with two developers under him. So we have all three developers in our company to create our smart contracts and create some other things. Also kindly our platform, and so it's also important to say.
Yeah, thank you for that, Kay. Like I always say, guys, I think with every single project that you guys invest in, I think the team is the most crucial aspect in every single project. Sometimes it's not the idea of it, right? The idea of it is important, but I think the team itself, over the long haul, is actually more important. That's going to determine whether the team is going to stay committed and execute accordingly. And with that, it needs a lot of experience and well put together team. And I feel like with you guys there, Kay, I think you had assembled a pretty good team.
Yes, sure. As you in a project, you can have a good team, but not a good idea, and you can make the project successful. But when you have a good idea but a bad team, then you're not successful. So that's the team is the important thing in a company. And yes, we have a good team with a good workflow, and we have a good harmony in our team, and it makes a lot of fun to work with them together. And the last week was our launch week from Monday until today, and I worked with Phil, Michael, Gentrim, and our community manager Josh in Switzerland in our office. And it was a cool week where we worked 18 or 20 hours a day. But I think we are very successful, and we had a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right. So I appreciate that for the detail and the introduction there. I like to go in depth on the team because, again, it's very important. All right. So now, Kay, Michael, and Phil, especially you, Kay, apparently you decided to go into the real estate market, right? And you want to bring real estate, you want to make it accessible for everyone, right? Now, apparently you saw some problems in the real world that you feel like the blockchain can improve. Could you tell me a couple of things that you saw currently right now in the traditional real estate market that you feel that the blockchain can improve, or the problems currently right now?
Yes, sure. So we have, so the real asset market is the oldest market on the world and the biggest market on the world. And with the real asset market, you can save your money and can make a lot of money. So the richest people all over the world are invested in some real estate projects, and it's very important. But we have one big problem, and the real asset market has a big entry barrier. So small and medium-sized investors have no chance to invest in real estate projects. And also the legal requirement is very high. And yeah, the other thing is when you want to invest in international real estate deal, it's very difficult. So because you should speak the language in this country, you should know about the government, you should have good contacts. And yeah, with blockchain and with our company, we want to make the solution to give small or give all the people the chance to participate in international real estate deals, and they don't need the knowledge about it. They don't must speak the language in the country where we build our construction project, and they can participate from home or from the couch or whatever. That's our goal.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You know, that's the beautiful thing about the blockchain is that it brings accessibility to everyone worldwide. Like you said, you can sit on the couch and able to participate, right? But yeah, I think like you mentioned, AK, I think currently right now, you know, with the traditional real estate, you know, we all know that real estate is huge, right? It's a big industry. But the problem right now is that it's not accessible. But also, you need a lot of capital to invest, right? In traditional world, you would need a lot of capital just to get into the real estate market. So with the blockchain, you don't need a lot of capital, right? You can invest in pretty much anything, $5, $10, if you want to. So which is pretty crazy. And we will break down in depth on that later, how investor can do that there, okay? But yeah, man, like you said, the barrier to entry is very hard to real estate market. Capital, it's extensive, and also it's not accessible currently, right? So now you want to bridge that, correct?
So yes, with cryptocurrency and with the blockchain, we want to make the entry barrier for small sized small and medium sized investors easier, and want to bridge to market with our own token, and in the future over several ways like NFTs or tokenization.
Awesome. And I know that you have 2 different tokens, and we will go in depth on that. But before we go on, Kay, because the project is live already, I'd like to break down the details of the sales, like your pre-sales, etc. Now, you had a pre-sale over in Pink Cell. How much money did you raise over there, Kay?
We raised over 2,150 BNB in 3 days on Pink Sale. So the sale was closed on Tuesday, the 21st March. That's
pretty impressive, man. Congrats to that. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Mike told me that you guys broke the record. So you guys have the biggest pre-sale to date this year over in Pink Cell. 600. Yes. You said 2,100 BNB.
Yes, 2,159 exactly BNB. And yes, we break the record for this year. So we are the biggest launch on Pink Cell for this year. We put a lot of work into the launch of that. Phil, me, Michael, and all our team. We worked, invest a lot of time and money and energy to make this launch great. And I think we are successful. So so the amount or the numbers you can see. So it was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's reflective of Phil and Sabine, right, with their marketing strategies. So congrats on that as well, Phil. Now, 2,100. So you're looking at like around 600 and maybe $75,000 there, close there. Now, Phil, you raised a big pre-sale. How much of that went to the LP?
Exactly 60% went to the LP. I think the liquidity pool is decent at that size. We have a good amount of money in there. We have a good amount of money to work with. And overall, I think the sale was pretty well. We had a lot of people working with us together. And like you said, it was hand in hand. We had this offline event with Sabine to kick it off. We instantly filled the soft cap. Our investors even had the chance to pre-reserve some funds even before the pre-sale, because some of them, they were just not familiar with the infrastructure. So we helped them to invest into the pre-sale and then airdrop them the money later. And yeah, I think we did good. Like there's nothing that went in a direction where we didn't want it to go. Everything went smooth and the project is rolling. I think the most important thing is that, and that's a funny side note, when it comes to marketing this project, you have to market it completely different online and offline. It's like day and night. But it's a very interesting process for myself as well, because I can learn from the offline world, and I think the offline world can learn from me, because we had several tools in the initial campaign that the offline world is just not aware of, that you have them in your hands. And if they use it to their advantage as well, I think we can overall grow together as a marketing team and bring the brand where the brand belongs to.
Yeah, I think it's, again, that's why I'm so happy that you guys recognize the importance of having two different type of marketers, right? The offline and the online, because a lot of companies come on and they hire one company, right? And you can't do it, right? The offline, the blockchain marketing, and also the real life is a two different thing, like you said. So I think because of that, your sale went very well, and it's a reflective of you guys' work. So great job on that. Now, I do want to ask you a question. Before the pre-sale, was there any other rounds besides the pre-sale? And if it is, are those tokens vested?
Yes, we started the project in 2021 in June, and there we start our first seed sale round, and it goes until it goes until November 2021, and then the second seed sale round was in May until the October 2022, and yeah, all the seed sale token are vested. Are vested for 30 days, and then the most of the investors, because it's long-term investors, are locked can stake in our staking program. So they are then locked for up to 1 year. So yes, we raised in our seed sale $1.8 million, and yes, now on our fair launch and pink sale, we raised over $700,000.
Okay, so to recap there, you had two rounds of seed. You raised 1.8 in the vested for 30 days, and you also raised 700 on the pre-sale. You look at that together, roughly around 2.5 million altogether. Now, the pre-sales, are they vested as well there, okay, or no?
So the seed sale is vested, and the sale on fair launch is not vested. So that's clear normally.
Okay, sounds great. And you say, now you mentioned about staking. Is your staking live currently?
Not yet. So it's important to say we had before another contract which we developed in the last year, and our seed sale investors got these tokens and staked the tokens for 3 years. So 90% of these investors staked the token for 3 years, and I'll be sure that these investors stake the tokens sorry, I lost the word.
Maybe Kai, if you want to, I can jump in and
yes.
explain this. So, like Kai mentioned, he is building on this project for over 2 years. By the way, as a side note, I joined the team around like 3 months ago. This was when the online campaign started, but the boys, they are building for like 2 years now. And over that duration, they had several sales rounds, and these people that invested into them, they had the opportunity to directly stake their tokens. There was already staking contracts for that. Everything was there already. But when they approached the launchpad, they found out that for a CEFU launch on PinkCell, they need to have tokens. They need to have tokens locked for at least 30 days, and they can't have any free tokens, which in their old tokenomics they had free tokens in. So they had to overdo the contract and launched with a new contract then on PinkCell, and that's why the vesting is for 30 days, because then these investors that staked their tokens in the past, they can stake them again, and this was very important to them because they already had the possibility to do so. Then they lost it because of the launchpad, and now they should get it back. And these are exactly the people that believed into the project first, and where Sabine played the key role. And also the offline sales team, which is also Michael's job. For example, he is one of the heads of the offline sales team, but also Kai is taking a role in there, and a lot of other key figures. They brought the capital, and sadly with PinkCell, crypto crossed their initial plan, but it's just how it is, I guess. This was one challenge that we had to face. And in the end, I hope we found a solution that everybody could be happy. The pre-sale people from PinkCell, they had no vesting at all. They were free to trade. They can do whatever they want with their tokens. And our investors that we brought from Long Journey, they will still soon have the possibility to stake their tokens again and continue the journey together with the project.
I appreciate
Yeah, we had to the seed sale. We had only on offline community. The last 2 days, I have conversations with nearly 100 offline members from my team and their community. At the moment, they are all satisfied. They're waiting for the new staking contracts. Kai said nearly 90% were staked on 3 years on the long run, because the offline community is always for the long run. They see the vision. They know what we are doing here. They see our ecosystem, and they want to stake it again. Every in conversation, every member want to stake in 1 year contract. And yeah, we are really happy with our offline community. They built a good background for us, and we are happy here with our online community. That's the part of Phil. I'm very in the offline community buildings, and yeah, they are all satisfied. They're looking forward to contracts. They are looking forward to the building in beginning of the May, our first construction building. And yeah, I think it's important to know some backgrounds here.
Yeah, I appreciate the expansion on that there, Phil and Michael. I do have a follow-up questions on that, the staking though. So first off, what would you say the offline seed rounds, like I think I got cut off there. How much of 1.8 million was offline, and how much was online from the seed round, you would say?
It's all from offline, all from our offline investors. So we had built a community from 450 people in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria, and it's from my network, from Michael's network. So it's 90% of that people we know, and yeah, it's all over. So we built that community without marketing. And that's our German-based community, and with that we raised the money from $1.8 million. And yes.
Okay, so you raised 1.8 million offline, and the tokens has been distributed to the offline investors already. And you said that 90% of that 1.8 million they're willing to stake for 2 years, correct?
So in the past they staked for 3 years, but now we changed the contract and they can restake the token. So we built some new token contracts. The longest period is 1 year, so I can share my screen, then you can see it. I think it's easier. Give me just a second.
And if I can do a quick follow-up on what Kai said, a very unique feature in this project as well, they raised these funds with offline people without marketing or whatever. It was just word of mouth spreading around through the right kind of people. And they keep them very close. Like some of them are friends, some of them are just strong believers in the project, and they even give them the possibility to be a very, very close part of the project by participating in investor trips to the construction locations, by being guests at these offline events, having dinner together with the inner circle of believers, and really building a community that is very positive and very long-term oriented.
Awesome. Thanks there, Phil. So you guys raised 1.8 million, and you raised around 600 or around $700,000 in the pre-sale, which is 60% of the pre-sale went to LP. What have you guys done with the money at that around 2 million around there? What have you guys done with those money?
So I can show you on the picture. So it's important to say we are in the real estate market. So in the real estate market, need a lot of money to, in the real estate market, we need a lot of money to construct our project. So it's important to say we have our own token, we sell them to our community, and with that money, we sold them to our community in the pre-sales or in the seed sale. And with that money, we already financed our first construction project, which is in Pristina, the capital of Kosovo. And we invested there $1.3 million in this, in euros. So the payment is euros in Europe. So, and for this we use the money. And so it's not that project. This is some pictures of the city where we built our project, that you can understand. Yeah, it's a very high, a very big construction boom, because it's a developing country in Europe, and some countries like the USA or Germany or Switzerland invest a lot of money in the construction boom there to make this country great and make there some quality, some Western standards, so better the in infrastructure. And I think you know what I mean. And here you can see the skyline of the city. So it's a big city with over 600,000 people. And on this picture, you can see the plot of our first construction project. And there we start on May, on the beginning of May, with our first construction project. And there we built one building with over 5,000 square meter. So it's included 41 apartments and two-store underground parking, and some shops in the ground of the building. So it's a big project, and we built them with $1.3 million with a co-investor there. So with the construction firma Building for Future, and there's our construction manager and co-founder, Chandra Baghtari. And we on this picture, we make the deal done. So, yes.
Thanks there, Kay. So the 2 million that you guys have raised, and also with the pink sale, 60% of it went to LP, but altogether you have around $2 million, and you had invested 1.3 million into real estate, that's pretty massive project there, 1.3 million. Now, Kay, what is the expected revenue or profit? You guys look into that number and see what is the expected profit that you guys will be, net profit that you will generate, whether that's quarterly or yearly. Do you have that number yet, or an estimated number on that?
Yes, I have a number. So we build the apartments and we sell the apartments. We only sell the apartments because with that flip we can make a high profit. So one example, in Germany, you when you want to build or construct in Germany one building or a house or something other, so the cost per square meter starts starts by 4,000 euros per square meter. Then you can build an apartment or house or something others. And in Kosovo, we only pay 420 euros per square meter, and then the building is ready. But we sell them for 900 euros per square meter up to 1,200 square meters. So we make a high profit, and the net profit after the costs are from 80% to 120% in the best case. And this profit we share in our ecosystem, and the ecosystem can explain you Michael, because he's the creator and the man behind the ecosystem.
Yeah, let me show your screen. Kai, can you stop your sharing on screen? Then I can share my screen.
Yes.
So you can all see my screen?
Yes.
So I hope you can see my screen. Yes, perfect. Thank you. I want to introduce the R3T ecosystem. We create here a simple but a powerful system. Kai told you we raised 1.3 million for our first building. The building is finally, it's all paid. We will start in the beginning of May. Here at that point, it's very important. We sell the apartments. We sell the apartments before we start to build. We already sold 3 apartments, and we will sell the apartment during the building process. And we sell over the whole process the apartments, and so we can make a huge profit here in these developing countries. Kai told you between 80 and 120%. We can do profits in these developing countries. And here at the first point, it's very important for us to give something back to the countries. So we take 10% of the profits and make donations with charities in kindergartens and schools to give something back to the country. It's very important for us. Then we have the second part, I would say the community part, because we will take 25% of this net profits and do buybacks on our exchanges. And these buybacks we will burn. Now you would see it on the blockchain. And then after we have given 10% in donations, after we have made buybacks in our own token on the exchange and burn it with 25%, they're left 65%. We will use this 65% to start our next construction. And here it's a very important point because of the high net profits. We can build the whole construction here with this reinvest, and so we can create here a real value chain. That's the plan of the ecosystem, to create a real value chain in the real life in form of real estates. And here again, we start the building number 2. And there we will sell the apartments before we start. We will sell the apartments during the construction process. And here again, we can make the huge profits, and we will split the money like in the first part. We will give 10% in donation. Here again, we make 25% in buyback on our exchange. These buyback tokens we will burn again, so we can create a deflationary system. And again, 65% of the reinvest we will take to build our next building number 3, and so on and so on. And here we can create our first value chain. The first building is already financed, so we start at beginning of May our first value chain here. And our goal here in our first ecosystem is to double this value chain, to triple this value chain. And I hope I can give you some use in our ecosystem. And yeah, if you have questions, we are already open. I stop sharing my screen now because my, 1 second. So yes, that's one little bit of our ecosystem. And if you have questions, can ask.
Yeah, thanks for that there, Michael. Okay, so you guys put in $1.3 million already, and you said that the construction that is going on right now is 100% paid, correct there, Michael?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. We need a lot of time for preparation of this because we don't want to start with a vision. We want to start with the running system in the beginning. We start nearly 20 months ago. We start with pen and paper in our offline community and had our first believers for the long term. And all of us and the community are happy that we're at a point we can start our journey here after 20 months preparation. And yes, this money we raised from our offline community the last 20 months. We used to final the first building, and the building is already financed. We will start at beginning of the May to build, and yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now you say you have now within that construction there, Michael. You also mentioned that you guys had sold apartments in there already, right? Now, what percent of it that you believe that is or it's already sold in that construction of the apartments?
So do you mean how many apartments we are already sold?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So, okay, now we are in the final planning of the construction. So we announced a teaser. I can show you on the next screen. Just give me a second, then I can show you. So, and we already reserved 5 apartments for the sale. So we not signed the contract because we are in the final planning phase. But when we are ready and start the building, then we already sell the first apartments. And our calculation is that we make our first net profits up to also from 6 to 12 months. So maybe in this year, at the latest time at the beginning of the next year.
And what would you say the number would be on the net profit there, Kay?
From 80 to 120%.
Say that again. So can you say the number again?
From 80 to 120%. So we invest $1.3 million, and in the best case we double it or more, and in the worst case we make 80%. Yes. So yes, that's all about it.
It depends on the time we sell these apartments. If we sell the apartments before we start the process, we have less profits. If we sell it during or after we build the building, the profits are higher. That's because here is between 80 and 120%. It's from the timing we have with the sellings.
So in this picture, you can see the first planning of our project. It's not the final planning. The final planning is ready in the end of April, and then we start. So at the end of April, we make an AMA or a call in on voice call in our community, and then we introduce you our construction project. But the location is clear. Here on this picture, you can see the map of the city Pristina, and so it's a German, sorry. Here is our first construction project in district of Pristina. It's new Pristina, so it's a new district, and we built there in the central location of this district. So, and here you can see the plot of our land. So, and here this street is a temporary street, so it was in the next weeks. I don't know how to say in English, but Phil, can you take over, please? Are you here? Phil?
Yes, I am. So what Kai wanted to say is, or what he basically said is that that's a temporary street. It will be removed, and this is the plot of the first construction project. And next to this one, there will be another one. And it's in a pretty good location. Like, you can't see it at this picture, but there is a big street running by. Also, something that I didn't know before I got to know Kai and the team is that actually Pristina is a great ground. Like, they're building the third biggest shopping mall of whole Europe there, and they're building 6 ways motorways, which is pretty impressive. Even though that I'm from Europe, we don't have that big malls here where I am, and it just shows that the market is growing there, and that more bigger construction companies go there to do business. So you're pretty early in that region.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome there. Thanks there for Phil and Kay. Now, I do want to get back to the number there, though,
If
okay?
that
I'm
was
the number guy. I am the number guy, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the business is all about the number, right? Now, you mentioned that you made around 18 to whatever percent. Let's just assume 20% right in the middle, right? So that gives you a net profit of $250,000 off that $1.3 million. Is that correct? Is that pretty much the estimate there on the net profit? 250K there, Kay?
No, from 18, so 80%, not 18, 80. So
80,
up to 100,
like 80.
80, right? 18%
Okay.
was not interesting for us. So
I was gonna say, man, what kind of business plan is this? Okay. All right, that makes sense now.
No, because of that, because of this reason why we make so high profits, we build in developing countries. That's one reason. So we can very high profit. It's not normal in the real estate market. And the other thing is we can help the country to develop him and give that something back. So like donations, or like we spend in donations. So we build schools and kindergartens, and we help them to increase their we help to to make their better Western standard in their buildings. So I hope you understand what I mean.
I do. Actually, I do. I
You
clearly
mean
understand.
increase the knowledge?
Yes, 100%. I definitely understand everything that you guys said so far. So you put in 1.3 million already, and you expect to make 80% off that. So you look like around 1 million, just to say around there to round it off, 1 million, right? And Kay,
Yes.
you say that around 6 to 12 months from now, you should be able to get this around 1 million back around 6 to 12 months, correct?
No. We there began our first profit. So the construction building is going for 24 months. So, and we sell the apartments while we construct this project. So, our return of investment point we calculate in 6 or 12 months or so. That's the point where we get our 1.3 million euros back. So, and then it starts the profits are starting, so the net profits. So, and when we make our first net profits, we start the buybacks on our token. So it's that. Yeah, do you understand that, or should I explain a little bit more?
I do. So
Okay.
around 6 to 12 months, you get the capital back of 1.3 million. So around 6 to 12 months. Then after 6 to 12 months, you will start getting a net profit. Once you get the net profit in, you will spend 10% for donation, 25% to buy back and burn its chart. Correct?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, correct. Let me add something at the point. You see, we are no here and go project. We are for the long term. We had already sell apartments if we got this profit. We don't wait until the end and the apartment, the building is finished. We will do the buybacks and so on, time for time when we sell an apartment. over the process of the production, we will sell one after another, and so we can make a clearly stream here in the buybacks. We don't wait until the end and do all at one time. We will do it time for time.
I get it. Okay. So it's pretty safe to say, to route it off, after all in all, this 1.3 investment there, you guys, your profit be 1 million. So the buyback and burn to the chart altogether, you're looking at around $250,000 around there, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So with the first
Okay.
construction project.
That's the first construction project. So 250K will be buying back, not at one time, but over the as soon as you guys have the net profit going in, and you will dedicate 65% of the $1 million for the next construction. So 65% of the net capital is going to be devoted for the next construction, correct?
Yes, right.
Yes, it included the money from the first building, because we talked about net profit of 65% and then included the money. Yes, so we can do the next building bigger.
Correct. So the 65% on the net profit plus the capital original 1.3 as well. So you guys will combine that and to build a bigger construction.
Absolutely. And you also have to keep in mind that there are several ways planned on how to participate within the real estate market. For example, the team also wants to touch the tourism industry with constructing or buying up existing hotels and tokenizing the profits from hotel room rentals. Because I guess everybody knows that the profit margin on a hotel room is far higher than on rent, and the return of investment point would be earlier as well. So they're pretty smart in building creative ways, and that's what they need capital for, to get this rolling. And with each of these income chains that they build finishing, they have more capital to work with, and more money goes back into the token and to the holders, to the community.
100%. Now, do you guys have your main focus? Like, are you mainly focused on building constructions, apartments, sell, or are you guys mixing up with everything, rentals, selling? What is the main focus in this real estate mission of yours?
So the main focus at the beginning is buy and sell the apartment, construct and sell the apartments. And in the nearly future, we want to build or buy our first own hotel in the coast region of the Balkan. And then we want to run this hotel and sell on this hotel NFTs. And the NFTs give you the opportunity to make a passive income. So from the income from the hotel.
I see.
I think it's important at the beginning to focus on our ecosystem, because this will be our foundation. We will build it strong because we can create here value chains in the real life, where we can bring money into the crypto ecosystem. And that's our first focus here, that we can create this value chains. We are already start in the May, and that's our first focus. And if this is going, this will run, then we focus on the next point. Kai said, in part of the renting in hotels, we create a NFT concept here. We will bring some special things to you in the near future.
Yeah, I definitely see that the vision of the NFT, tying in with hotels for investor to make residual incomes, right, or passive income. I definitely see the vision as well. Now, when do you foresee that happening there, Kay and Michael?
With the NFT hotels, do you mean?
Yes.
So we can't say that. We can say that clear. So because it's a vision for our future, and we first of all we start the first construction project, and we want to finance the second construction project and sell them too. And when we did this, then we want to start our NFT-based hotel. So it's in the near future. So we want to implement this in this or next year, but in specific date we can't say.
I see. Okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate you guys willing to go in depth on the number there because I think it's important, right? It's one of those businesses where the numbers are so important. So thank you for the breakdown on those numbers.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Now I know that you have the R3 token, which is your main token there, K, and you also have the range token.
Yes, right.
Yeah, you also have the range token. Let's talk about the range token and how that fits into the ecosystem.
Yeah, this is the part of Michael in our company, the range token. We create this concept together, but he can explain it a little bit better than me. So Michael, I think you should explain the range token concept.
Yeah, the range token is a validation token. We don't want to bring it to the trading platforms. You can bought the ranch token, the RT, and you can stake it in our ranch. We call it ranch, and then you can have passive income on a daily basis. And because we don't want to make it tradable, you have a higher output here in our ranch than in our stakings. But I think it's very interesting. I spoke a lot in my offline community. When you have the ranch token, you can produce your own R3T on a daily basis, and you can combine the ranch with the staking contracts we will bring. And then you can produce your R3T in your ranch. Then you can stake it, and you can make it on a long term. Yes, that was the part here for the ranch token to create a passive income on a daily basis. You can see it's like other projects, a smart node also.
Okay, so just to clear to make it more clear here, if I'm hearing it right, there, Michael. So the ranch token is the ranch. Is it a token or is it a staking platform?
No, it's a token for validation, a license token. You can put into the ranch contract, and then the ranch contract will begin to run and give you a passive income on a daily basis. Also, we will implementate DAO principle on the ranch token. If you stake it, you can vote where we will build at next in Croatia or other places. That's the points for the future.
Okay, well, let's say I have your R3 token, which is the main token, right? Now, I need the main token in order to acquire the ranch token, correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, Michael, please talk.
Okay. No, you can buy the RT on our platform, only on our platform. You can buy it with BNB, Ethereum, USDT, and so on. But you can't take the R3 and put it directly. You can't switch it directly into the RT.
Okay, so the RT, which is
You understand?
I'm a little confused actually. So let's break it down further here. So you have your main token, which is the R3 token, and you have your ranch token, right? And you said your ranch token has its own contract that can be bought as well, correct?
You can buy the token on our platform. So we have our platform, and you can buy it on our platform with Ethereum, BNB, or some other tokens or coins. And then when you have then you get the token airdropped on your MetaMask wallet, and you can stake it into the R3T ranch. And the R3T ranch give you a passive income in our ecosystem token, so the R3 token. So yes, I think yeah.
Okay, so right now, how can I buy that ranch token right now? Is it a contract? Is the contract live? Does it have its own chart? How does that work?
No. It's that. So the use case of that token, it's only a license token. So it's only a validation token. It's not tradable. You can only buy it in our platform, and it's the same like a node on software or so. So we, or an NFT or whatever. So, and we create it with a token. So you buy it in our own platform. I can share my screen, then you can see it if you want. And then I think it's clearer. And then you can stake it in our ranch and make a passive income. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
all.
Okay, so I think I get it now. So it's pretty much a token that allows you to stake its own to the ranch in order to receive the main token, right? So you buy a token to stake that and stake that token to receive the main token.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a okay, all right, okay. So I cannot stake my main token, which is an R3 token, but for me to stake, I have to buy the ranch token and stake that ranch token to get the main token. Am I hearing that correctly?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yes, you have the choice. You can stake the RT in our ranch, then you can get R3T on a daily basis. And R3T we will bring our staking contracts, and in these staking contracts you can stake the R3T. And that's the two tokens. And the RT is only a license token for our ranch. But I think if Kai show you his screen, it would be clearly.
Now, Kay and Michael, what was the thought process behind that, right? You have to buy another token. What was the thought process behind that? That you have to buy another token to stake it in order to receive the staking. Why couldn't a customer just stake the main token? What was the thought process behind that?
So it's the process. So you can make a passive income in R3T, and it's a higher passive income. So in our staking program, you can only generate an APY from 18% of your token amount that you staked. And so with the ranch token, you can get a passive income on daily base, and it has a higher RPE. So that's the reason. So I think we can, was heißt vergleichen auf Englisch, Phil?
Compare.
I think you can compare it with a node system. So you buy a node and get a daily income in the coin or in that token, but in the coin, and it's the same system. So we drop on daily base and token in the supply or in the circulation supply, not in the supply, in the circulation supply, and you can get with the ranch token and a percent of the supply. Do you understand what I mean?
I think I do. I think I do because I feel like it's just like another I guess, a barrier to entry into the staking, because now they have to get the original token, they have to buy the ranch token, get the ranch token to stake it to earn the original token.
No, you can stake you can stake the R3T without the RT. You don't need to get the RT. It's a bonus what you can do. You don't need the RT to stake the R3T in the contracts.
So what difference does it make? So does the RT provide more higher APY, the APR then? Is that what the difference is?
If I may jump here a bit, because I think I know one of the reasons why they implemented it. I think they will have more reasons for you as well, but this is definitely one. We were talking about these offline investors earlier, like the Web2 investors, the real estate guys. And sometimes they are overwhelmed with the volatility of crypto tokens. They go up, they go down in a rapid way. And they created the ranch token to make it easier for them to get their feet wet, because they don't have to make entries themselves into the currency that they want to buy. They just get their daily income in this currency, can accumulate that, and can even stake that daily income if they are satisfied with how the things are going. But on top of that, I think there are other reasons why they did it, but this is definitely the one that I have when they talked with me about the ranch token. Is this correct, Kai and Michael?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, now, okay, does the ranch token earn more higher APR or APY, or no?
Yes, it have a higher APY. So I share my screen, then I think you can understand it a little bit more. So that's our platform. It's a test account. So, and here you can buy the ranch token. So the ranch token sale is now stopped and now paused, and it starts in a few days again. But you can start it here, and then you can earn. You can stake in here in the R3T ranch. So, and this the R3T ranch, you can stake it here and get in daily income in ranch and in R3T. So that's one part. So, and then we have also the staking. Here are the old contracts. I don't connect it to MetaMask. Here you can stake our token, the R3T. So do you understand that? Is it clear now?
Yeah, I think I understand it. You can stake the original token, and you can also stake the RT token. But I feel like the biggest difference is probably in the earning, correct? Like, is that why you guys created?
Yeah, yes. It's in the earnings. So it's important to say, when you buy the ranch token, you get in passive income over 10 years in RT and R3T, so in our ecosystem token. So you build there in passive income on daily base with a higher APY. So it's the same process like a node. So you buy a node, you run that on your computer and get a daily passive income in that coin. And in a few months or a year, you get your return of investment point, and then you make profits. It's the same principle.
Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, so you said 10 years. So I think the RT token, ranch token, the people who will buy into that token, they have more commitment to the projects, correct? So the durations of the staking is longer, correct?
Yes, sure. The ratio is longer, but you can get in passive income. So I give you an example. So example Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a proof of work system. It's another system, but the example is you run you mine some Bitcoins over 10 years. So you buy the hardware for that, whatever it costs, $10,000. So you invest in that, and then you wait until you return of investment point. So you make $1,000 per month profit. So then it goes 10 months and you have achieved your return of investment point. And after that, you also have the hardware and the hardware running when you make your profits every month. So, and that principle we start with our ranch token. Did you understand it? So why we do that and what's the principle?
Yeah, I do. Now, it makes sense to me now. So if you buy into the ranch, so let's say you believe in the project, right? And you buy into the ranch token, your commitment to the project is longer, but therefore your return on investment is also higher because you're willing to stake that token for a longer period of time. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a Phil said it a few times ago. It's a big point for our offline community to link them to the crypto space. They are for the long run with us. They can buy the RT, they can stake it in our ranch, produce on daily basis the R3T, so they don't have to be shy of the chart. It's high or down because they can produce every day a small amount of R3T and can hold it for the long term. And we created it for the offline community in this point. We don't want to make it node because we don't want to create a blockchain. We will be a token in the future. That's why we call it ranch. And yes, we in the first point we created for the offline community to link them to the to our project and to link them to the crypto space.
Man, you know what? Now that you mentioned that, I think that should be on your website and your white paper as well. That makes a lot of sense now, right? Because you're focusing on your traditional offline people as well. And like you said, they don't need to know about the chart and all those technicality about the crypto, but they do have a space to actually stake the token and just earn that passive income. That's actually very genius. Now that I actually understand what the purpose that it serves. Very smart, actually. That should be clearly indicate on your white paper and website, because I think that's a great future there.
Thank you.
All right, now that makes sense. Now, okay. So, sorry, I like to dig deep and make sure that not only I understand the project, but the community understand the project as well. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to break that down there.
So thank you for the question and thank you for the deeper question. So it's good for us to know that you have an interest in our project and want to understand how it works. So yeah, it's very good. Thank you.
Awesome. Now let's go on to the tokenomics there, because I think now at this point, I think everyone understands the business concept now, right? I think it's very clear now. Pretty much to sum it up, 25% of the net profit is going to be used to buy it back and burn the chart. What that means is that ultimately the tokens become deflationary, so the value goes up, so your token's worth more. So 25% of net profits buy back, but not only buy it back, but buy back and burn. So that's very important to indicate there. And 65% will be used to buy the next project of the net profit, and 10% go into donation. So the objective of this, the whole mission of this project is, this is not your other, your other real estate projects that came through us, right? So you make an income based on the percent of the rentals, etc. It seems like the main objective here is to drive the chart up, buy back and burn based on the net profit. Am I correct there, Kay? So I think that's the mission there is pretty good. Very simple, but actually very well thought out.
Yes, we built a simple system. So why we should do it? Why we should? Oh, I don't know the word in English. Sorry.
Why make it over complex? Sometimes
Yes.
an easy system suits you well. Sometimes things that worked in the past work in the future again. And to add on top of that, the system will not stay that simple. but it will still be very effective. We touched the NFT side of it, for example, before. This is the second way real estate and tokenization will come together, and you have a completely different system, but it embeds nicely into what we have for now. We already did some brainstorming on how to connect the old system and the new system, or like both systems with each other as well. This is a roadmap point, obviously, like it will take some time. But I was pretty impressed as well when I found out how simple, but yet how effective this kind of business is with that profit margin. That's a lot of money coming in, and you grow from project to project. And just imagine when they have the money to build several of these chains at the same time, they can start not only one, but more than one construction project in a year. And that money comes back in and the community profits of it.
Yeah, we have a lot of different real estate projects coming through here. And it looks like the main objective for them is to fractionalize the rentals, or, the net profit off the sale. You guys flip the whole freaking business model upside down, where because it's too much complexity, it's too much work, you just say, you know what? Invest, I'll build, I'll take the net profit, I'll burn the token, deflate the token, I'll bring the value up. Amazing. Very simplified. It's literally 100% opposite of what other projects are doing. I like it, man. I really like it. Very simple, but very effective.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, so okay, let's get into the tokenomics. I do see the tokenomics. You have 50 million tokens there, right? Now, one thing that I think we covered pretty much everything already regarding the staking, etc. But the treasury 5%, can you speak on that? What that treasury is for?
Yes, sure. The treasury is for our future projects where we implement the token, and or for future income streams for our token holders, like another staking contracts or and range 3.0. So that's backhold for our for the future of real estate token.
All right, appreciate that. And going to the AMA, because when you're talking about real life business, right? Like how they are doing, you have a lot of complexity in regards to management, the operation side of it, but also the reporting side of it to each client, based on their country. So the legality side of it is very complex, and it's a lot of work. But you guys have a system that, it's just, you don't need to do all that stuff, right? You don't need to do all that stuff because your main focus, again, is to buy the token 25% and buy back and burn, and continue to construct and build net profit to continue to develop, reinvest. So I think now it makes sense to me a lot now. And because of this model, you can actually avoid a lot of the legal issues out there as well.
Yes, sure. You're thinking right. So you have understand it. That's very good. So, and our goal with real estate token is not only the ecosystem that we have now, that's our running system. We have a real business model. So our goal is to combine crypto and real estate over several ways. So, because, so with our token, you can participate on international real estate deals with, with our token. It's free tradable, and we have a chart, so like it, and but we want to give the crypto guys or the crypto people the opportunity to make a stable income in cryptocurrencies. So if they got a lot of profits in our token or in some other coins or tokens on the crypto part. So I think it, in 2021 in the bull run, many people do not save their money in real assets, in stable assets, so they gamble with another tokens or coins, and then most people lost a lot of money in 2022. And I think it's important to give crypto guys the opportunity to make an stable income with the money that they make it in the crypto space. So, and our goal is with our NFTs or other ways to give them that opportunity to buy an NFT. The NFT is stable, and with the NFT they get a passive income from hotels or from for apartments they is rented, and then they can generate passive income from 5 to 10 or more persons per year. So it's very interesting when the people get a lot of money because of crypto. So that's our goal, and we work hard on this goal, and we have a big vision. But it's important to say we have a business model. It's running. It makes money, and because of that, our company is a long-term project, and it's financed by itself with our business model.
100%. Yeah, thanks for that there, okay. Now, for those that are listening right now, right? I mean, the business model, you guys apparently handle all the operation side, offline, right? How can you ensure transparency for the investors? So let's say that 1.3 million that you bought in, right? And you plan to make 80% net profit off that, let's say roughly $1 million, right? And 25% of that goes to buy back and burn, which is $250,000. How can investors know that, hey, listen, this is actually the net profit, that 80% of this is actually the net profit, not 70, not 50? How can you ensure that transparency?
So we can't show it on the blockchain because it's in the fiat money system. When the country is there that use the blockchain, then it's good. Then we can, then all the companies can, give more transparency. But our plan is, so we have a real company, and that company makes a profit per year, and we. In the register, you can see that profit we make per year. So that's one point of the transparency. But transparency is in our company, a big goal. So because of that, we are all doxed, and because of that, we show the people what we are doing now, and we also want to show the people that how high is our profit, what costs the construction project, and so on, and we share then the documents step by step. So yes.
Awesome, and I think that's going to be very important, right? Very important as you guys build new constructions, because you're talking about millions of dollars here, right? And I think that transparency is going to play the crucial role on investor to make the determination if they want to invest into the project. So I think you guys are very mindful of that as well already. But one thing that I want to point out about this project here, a lot of the projects like this coming in, the biggest problem is that the initial capital, they are unable to raise not even $500,000, but you guys raised over $2 million. So I think you do have a great thing going on already. You have a very good running start. Pretty much a business model is actually in the work right now. It's actually live right now. So congratulations on that. Very important on the initial capital, and you guys did it.
Thank you. It was a lot of work and a lot of time we input to our project, but now we can see it's successful, and the rise or the way to success already starts a few days ago, and we are working so hard to increase our company to make it successful. But it's important to say, I repeat that often, but we have a running system. Our business model works. So, and real estate deals is the business model that works in every time. So the most of the richest people all over the world, or the biggest companies, are real estate companies or real estate real estate investors. So it's important to say, and yeah, and also we think, and because of that, we start. That's another reason why we start the company. I think the tokenization and the real estate and blockchain combination is a big part of the next bull run in the cryptocurrency. So, and we are one of the companies that will shape the tokenization of real estate assets, and that will shape this industry. And I think we have a good potential to grow up in the future, because that's a new market. That's a new industry. That's a digital real estate asset. So it's impressive. So it's amazing. We have an amazing future here, and we put a lot of work in that because we see that potential, and we know that. So that's that's my words here.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. No, definitely. Yeah, well, you're 100% correct on that. The blockchain, it allows accessibility to everyone, right? And you guys saw that opportunity, and you guys want to bring it to the blockchain. But I think for the first time, again, like we spoke on a bit earlier, is that you don't need a big capital, right? So that's a beauty thing about the blockchain, is that you don't need a big capital like traditional, where you would need 50,000, 100,000 to invest in real estate. Here you can almost indirectly invest in real estate in this project here, and earn passive income. So I like that, man. I love the simplicity of your business plan. I do have one question for you though, Kay. You mentioned that the 25% of the net profit, right, that would be used buy back and burn. Currently, right now, you guys are sitting at around maybe, a little bit over $500,000 cash around there, maybe roughly. Have you guys thought about, looking at the chart, whatever, would that be something that you guys would consider to use some of that portion of the money to buy back the chart before you even get the net profit in your first construction? Is that something that you guys have thought about for the time being?
Oh, that's a very good question. So it's important to say we invest a lot of money into the marketing, into the development of the company. So yes, we think about buybacks in our team, but now we can't say when we do that and how much we want to buy back. So now we let the chart do what it do. So the community. Sorry, I lost a word in English. Phil, can you help me, please? Can you take over so I can say it to you in German? Or
was wolltest du denn sagen?
Einfach nur, dass wir halt über Buybacks halt nachdenken und das auf jeden Fall in Zukunft auch machen werden. Aber jetzt der Preis sich halt findet und wir daran arbeiten, unser Projekt weiter voranzubringen, weil wenn das System läuft und unser Businessmodell läuft, dann wird es auch der Chart spüren. So hätte ich das gesagt.
Okay. So basically what Kai wanted to say is that right now, the main focus is to build a community, to find a price level, and then go from there. Basically, everybody in here knows how these sales rounds work. A lot of people, they just jump in because of the hype, because of the FOMO. They didn't even read your white paper. They don't know what it's all about. They just want to make money on your investors. And right now is the time where we find a community, where we build a strong floor, where we constantly market the project. Like we had our last AMA yesterday, or our last voice chat yesterday. Today we're back. Tomorrow there is an AMA. A few days after we have some planned as well. We're in constant talks with communities, getting strong believers into this project, and then grow from there. And then we can also think about buybacks. Yes, there are good funds in the project to work with. Do you need to take them to buyback? Sometimes it makes sense. If it's strategically, it makes sense. But in general, we won't throw too much money on the chart just to make the chart look pretty. because it's much better if you use the same amount of funds to get more believers into the boat, or to progress in your business model, because that's what it's all about. As long as the business model is running, as long as these real estate deals getting money back into the project, long term, you will have that increase in price and you will have that happy investor. But the direction of the team wasn't to start to buy back on day one or something like that. That's definitely not the vision behind it and doesn't suit the company.
I appreciate that, and that makes a lot of sense. Earlier before we started the AMA, and I was talking to Kay, or with Mike. Oftentimes a lot of investors come in, like you say, people just coming for make a quick bucks, right? But once you understand the project, understand the team, and you invest based on the fundamentals, the foundation, the core objective of the business, regardless of the chart, right? It will go back up. And in analyzing this project and talking to you guys, I think you guys have a very solid foundation here and a very solid team. The reason for that is that because they have the initial capital already. A lot of projects, in real estate coming through us, they barely have $100,000, right? And that's a big problem. And you guys raised $2 million. So I think the foundation is there. The business model is very simplified, but it's very effective. Thanks for elaborating on that. If you look at Arbitrum, what happened, right? Based off the hype, it shot up $10. People got wrecked. So the people bought at $10 got wrecked. Now it's sitting at $1.50. The foundation of the business has not changed. The business model has not changed. So looking at Arbitrum's chart, it looks like shit, really, right? I know you guys had an initial market cap of 14 million right now, sitting out around, I'm not sure how much right now, maybe 11 million. It's the same thing, right? Regardless of the chart, the foundation is still there. The team is solid. It will go back up. So yeah, man, good answer on that there, Phil.
If I can add something to this even further, it's not like the team is sitting back and doing nothing and doesn't care about the chart. That's definitely not it as well at the same time. But you have to do stuff in a different kind of way than you would do it for a meme coin, let's say. You have to build fundamentals in marketing as well. For example, we have our first centralized exchange listing upcoming. We signed contract before going live with this project. How many meme coins achieve stuff like that? It doesn't matter which centralized exchange you list on. I guess for a meme coin, every centralized exchange is a big one. And this team made it happen to list on a top 15 exchange. And that's the crypto side of things, but it gives you a new market, new eyes, new possibilities to market the project. And you don't rely on only the tools that you have for an initial kickoff, like we did with the fair launch. Everybody knows how pre-launch marketing works, but now you have to make it for a project that thinks long-term. So you want to build long-term marketing streams as well. And just on top to be added on that.
100% appreciate there, Phil. Yeah, I think you guys have a lot of things going very well for you guys. But I think, again, most importantly is that the project is actually live. The 1.3 million construction is paid. Very important to know. I think that is actually very crucial there. So the project is running, guys. This is your live working business model already running. So I think that's very important. Man, I think that's a very comprehensive AMA there, Kay. Is there anything else you want to add, Kay?
Only one thing. So I think we talk much time here, so we are ready for the community questions. But one thing I want to say, so we put a lot of work into the creation of this project, and I can say it's my baby. It's my first baby in the crypto space, and yeah, I love this project. I love the opportunity. I love our business model. I love the community, and yeah, our team is a good team, and we put a lot of work into the project, and yeah, we want to increase it further. And yeah, in May, our first construction project starts. We make a community trip there with 30 people. So you can buy a ticket if you want it. So, and then you can see what we build. We are a real use case project. We are in the real world, and that's important. And I think on the right time, we get a bigger. Sorry, I lost the word in English. Was heißt Bekanntheit auf Englisch, Phil?
Bekanntheit. Was möchtest du sagen? Sag mir einen Satz.
Ja, einfach, dass wir daran arbeiten, dass wir weiter wachsen und zur richtigen Zeit auch die dementsprechenden Bekanntheit und Größe auch kriegen, so dass es uns allen richtig viel Spaß macht hier. Genauso wie jetzt schon.
Okay, so basically what Kai said is that over the duration of some time, the project will get the recognition that it deserves. Like you said already correctly, the first deal is done, the money is there, they can start working on it. And that's the important thing. So the process has started. And at some point, the brand will be there where everybody that might be not in favor of this chart will forget about the initial chart, because there is a new chart. There is a chart that gets fired up by a running business model, by a team that works pretty hard on it and that wants to make it, has the knowledge in all the markets. We have the crypto part, we have the offline event part, we have the offline sales team, the offline marketing team, there is the construction team. And so you have everything. You have a guy that built over 100 flats as a construction manager and takes care of this project's construction processes. You have Kai as an amazing CEO who is always there. If you need somebody, he jumps in. You have Michael that is a genius when it comes to the offline sales department. Joshua, he couldn't make it today, sadly, but he is also very hardworking in the community and thinking about creative ways how to spread further awareness in social media. The process is rolling. It's just day 2 today, and it's already one hell of a journey.
Yeah, I mean, it is one heck of a journey for you guys, man. It is going very good for you guys. Very well, actually. I'm not gonna lie, because I've seen so many different real estate projects coming through, and I feel like they're not ready, especially in the beginning stage. Right? Usually the beginning stages of any project is the hardest thing. And it's because of the initial capital. And you guys did it, man. You guys really did it. So, yeah, man, again, congratulations. It is a live business model. You guys are executing the business model already. So that's really, really nice to see.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we got a lot of props for that. That offline event in Frankfurt, this was one hell of a party. Just as a side note, for example, we had the biggest real estate and crypto influencer within at least Austria, maybe even Austria and Germany. We had him live as a special guest at that event. He spoke about 2 hours about real estate, but also about crypto. And that's also something very beautiful. You give the community, they join you for a party, and you give them some knowledge at hand as well. You make them meet somebody that they might follow on social media, and they're completely hyped for this project. Like, they are ready to work. They are ready to spread the word.
Awesome, Phil. My last request from you, if USA Crypto Group goes into over there on your building, can we get like a couple nights of free rent?
That's a very good question. So,
if you buy our NFT, then you can stay at the hotel.
Yes.
All right, I think fair enough. We will. All right, Phil, Kay, Michael, very comprehensive AMA. Thank you for your patience and doing all those breakdown the numbers. I think it's very crucial. If you guys do not have anything else, we're going to take some questions from the community.
Yes, sure. Let's do it.
All right, perfect. So with that, I got my man Mike has been tracking all the questions. He's going to come on and ask the questions away.
Thanks, Seattle. Thanks, Kenny and Phil. Too bad Josh wasn't here. I had a good conversation with him. So getting into the questions here, guys, I always want to tell the whole community, if anybody wants to ask on voice, please feel free to do so at any point at this time. But I'm going to start off with reading some of these text questions. First one's rolling in from Jaden. And this is an environmental friendly to efficiency question here. When you're building out these properties, it could be in this state, could be in this country, could be in this continent. Is there going to be a standard for how you build these properties in terms of, the same guts are going to basically going into each one of these properties? So in terms of high efficiency energy sources or good thermal efficiency with all that such, is it going to be the same for every building that you put up?
Yes, sure. We built the buildings with a Western standard, and we show that it's good for the nature. I don't know the word in English, but I think you understand it. So yeah, we have the same standard in the few buildings that we build. So, but it's important to say we only want to build at the beginning in Europe because we have short ways to fly there, and in Europe we have the same standard. So it's when we build in Kosovo, our first project, so we have the same standard in Turkey or in Albania, because it's in all in Europe.
Okay, thank you for that, Kay. Next question is rolling in from Achella here. I hope I said that right. He says, I see in your roadmap that you will build and sell over 400 apartments by 2025. What makes you and the team feel confident that this is an achievable number by 2025?
So thank you for the question. So in our first building, we built 41 apartments or maybe a little bit more. And so the plans in the end of April says the exact number. So then we have achieved 10% of our goal. And because also with our ecosystem, we can start a few projects in the near future. And we want to expand with our offline community and also the online community to finance another projects in this year and in the next year. So, and we have a good team, we have a good knowledge, and we have a good energy. And yes, we worked already 2 years on this project, and we make it successful. And because of that, we are looking for that's not the right word. We see the opportunity that we can achieve that. So I hope it's the right word in English. So I hope you understand it. So
I did. I appreciate that answer, that Kay, as well. Good answer. Next one's rolling in from Matthew here. So you have to, when you're building out these properties, you're going to go through a general contractor who's going to sub out all the extras. So what happens if one of these contractors or your general contractor happens to go bankrupt? What is the process there? Is there funds set aside for this, or it would just be a legal issue from there on?
So, Phil, can you translate the question for me in German, or do you answer it? I don't understand it all.
Yes, I think I can answer it. I think we answered it in the past. How it works with contracts regarding the construction process is that the partner for the construction work gets paid in several steps. You know, when they finish the ground floor, they get paid for that ground floor. If they finish the first floor, they get paid for the first floor. So there is the risk is minimal in comparison if you would pay for the whole building in the start, and then maybe the company goes bankrupt and can't do the building in general. If that would happen to one of the construction partners, we can just look for a replacement and continue working as before. And something that is also worth mentioning is that there are funds set aside for eventual challenges in the construction process. So the team didn't invest all the money they had into the building and were hoping for the best. They know that prices can vary in the construction market. As a side note, for example, when they first wanted to start the building, because of the war situation in Europe, resource prices were skyrocketing. And they were smart enough to say, okay, it's not worth it. Let's postpone and start it later, because we know that we can start at a cheaper price and therefore maximize our profit. And you know what happened? Resource prices went down again. And now they're in favorable market conditions there and can start to build. And yeah, I hope that answers that question.
It does, Phil. Appreciate that. Calculated risk is very important. And yeah, I mean, when that whole market kind of went up with the natural resources there, wood and everything, even building over here in USA, lumber and wood alone was up 3 to 4 times the price. So I understand 100%. Seeing the reason to wanting to wait for that to come back down to be able to have a better market to build on, that's very smart, because there's a lot of people that out there that just push right forward, and sadly they're not here anymore.
Yeah, after all, it's a lot of money, you have to calculate tightly if you want to do a big project. And I think it's very smart to work on that contract basis as well, because it prevents you from a lot of risks that you might have with people that interact with your company. And appreciate the construction manager, Gendrim, that he was able to get deals like this for the project to make it a long-term, sustainable, successful business.
100%. Now, while we're still on the same topic here, my question is, to date, from 2 years ago, from when you started today, what would you guys say has been your biggest task and or problem that you've had to come across building out R3T?
So the biggest task since now, as since the last 2 years, do you mean that, right?
Correct.
Okay, so the biggest task for us was at the beginning to find a good development team, because it's not easy to find a good development team that works good for you with good price. And that was not easy for us, but we can solve this problem. We have now a good team from Armenia, and they work for us very good and make that job good. That was one of the so that was the biggest task. So at the beginning, the team building was also not easy, but we find good team partners, and this was the biggest task.
Appreciate that, Kay. And that is, typically the biggest task there when you have such a large team, making sure that everybody is able to do their job 100%. I can understand that. All right. Next question is rolling in from Milo. And this is on the educational aspect here. Investors who have zero knowledge about real estate or property investments as its relation to the blockchain, do you have any plans to educate these new users on how to invest in your project or invest in real estate? Do you have any YouTube or educational aspects built out for those newcomers?
I got this question so often. I don't know why, but I find but it's cool. And so my work in the last 6 years was to help the people, or to educate the people in crypto, how to can invest in crypto and how to can buy crypto and hold it and whatever. And now I want to introduce that in our company, that we help at the one side crypto investors to understand what is real estate and how we can make profits with them. And we also help people they don't know, as the real estate investors or other people they don't know about crypto, and we educate that to understand this And yes, so sure, we want to make an online academy for that, not in the next week or in the next month. So it's a lot of work to implementate this. But we started with German because my German is better than English. And when I get more experience in English, then I want to add this also in English, or create this also in English.
And Kai, on top of that, because Mike, asked for a YouTube channel, I can advise everybody in here to check out the R3T YouTube channel, because there is a lot of content on there. And even though that some of the content is in German, you can just turn on auto subtitles and still watch it. It's definitely worth a look. We hired a professional film crew for a lot of these things, and there are also educational videos on there. There are interviews on there from Kai with, for example, the Investment Punk, a very well-known YouTuber in the German-speaking region. But you get like all the impressions that you need over the YouTube. And when you finish the YouTube, I would suggest you to go over the white paper, because then you have really all the information that you need to make a wise investment decision.
I have a question when somebody has a moment.
Absolutely, go for it. And I appreciate that answer, Phil.
Yes, sir. My name is Seth. I'm from the United States, and my question revolves around NFT tokenization of like hotel rooms. So, for example, this is a two-part question. For example, you build a hotel with 100 hotel rooms, and you create an NFT that's attached to room, let's say room 50 in that hotel. That NFT is obviously unique to that hotel room. In the future, have there been any thoughts about selling that NFT to token holders? And those token holders, let's say 25 people buy the number 50 NFT, which coincides with the real property value of that hotel room in the hotel that's building. Is that something that you're possibly looking at in the future, of using that NFT, and anybody who stays in that hotel room, that profit from the hotel room is going to those 25 people every time somebody stays in the hotel? So that NFT is growing in value and growing in value. And that can be done for, let's say, 75% of the hotel rooms in the hotel. And then the other 25 hotel rooms are, whatever, or even all 100 could be done. Is that something that's been thought about?
So thank you for the question. I know your name. You're already in our community, right?
Yes, sir. Ukatal. Yes.
Yes, I know your name. I've read it a few hours ago. That was a very good question. Yes, we're thinking about it. So our concept plan is so that we, example, the room number 50, we build several amount of NFTs of that. So an example, 10 NFTs, and one NFT cost $5,000 as an example. And then you can own that one NFT or all 10 NFT. Then you own the completely hotel room, or one part of this hotel room. And then when the hotel room is rented, you get some passive income, and the passive income is, we want to pay it on monthly base. Yes, not on daily basis. It's not working. So when we can use the blockchain. Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you for the answer. I appreciate that. And the question kind of derived from, I was doing some research on some real estate stuff, and just the other day in Atlanta, Georgia, an NFT that's attached to a house sold for $218,000 to 600 different people. So 600 different people own the house, and any profits in the house go directly to those, to those holders of the NFT. So thank you for the information. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for the good question. Have a nice evening, or a nice day.
And also,
on my time zone this evening.
Thank you for the input, and I think it shows the potential of the idea. If you find 600 people buying one house, how many people could you find buying out the hotel? So thank you very much. It was a great question and great input.
Yes, great question there, and I hope I said this right. Ukatal. Next question is rolling in from Jason here from the community. So how do you handle the security of the personal information of each investor around the world to avoid fraud? As your platform has KYC, how do you protect the KYC data and the registered company in this location? Yeah.
So thank you for the question. It's a good question. So we implement a third part, and I don't know how the companies in English say. So it's companies, they are audited or they are approved for KYC. So it's a third part, and they approve the KYC, and then the user can onboard on our platform.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Now, next question is rolling in from Crypto Gabriel. This is about the early adopters here, maybe in your seed rounds and all that. What type? I know that they're vested for 30 days and et cetera. What type of percentages did these early investors get before launch price?
Can you repeat it? I don't understand it.
Sure. This is from Crypto Gabriel. For the early investors on your seed rounds, as they are vested, what type of extra percentage did they get on their allocation besides the pre-sale, the fair launch, for the seed round?
Actually, not a lot for how much capital they brought. I think some of our last seed investors bought around 30 cents. So yes, they're pretty even to the pre-sale people.
Yes.
Okay, that's actually good. Let's see.
Mike, I don't want to be rude, but I have go to the next call with a few investors in the next minute, so they already wait 11 minutes from me. So I don't know, Michael, can you take over the questions for me?
I don't want to keep you guys too long here. We do have quite a few questions still to go through here, but we could always have these questions that were not answered join it over to the Telegram as well.
Yes, I want to answer all questions, so that's important for me. If you have questions, you can ask it on our community on all the time, and we make often community calls, and I want to answer all questions. But now, also we can talk about, we can have a last question. So, but when Michael have time, then he can stay here. But I don't know it. So, and I'm now in a few minutes in the next call. So sorry about it.
No worries at all.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't know if I can ask my question.
I think Kay said for one more question, right?
Hey, Kay. Hold on, Mike. Hey, Kay, I really appreciate it. We are going above 2 hours already, Kay, so very understandable. Go ahead and take off and do your thing. Guys, we should probably wrap this up. The project is very interesting. We will pin their Telegram room. If you guys have questions, please join their room and answer the questions. Kay, we went above 2 hours, so yeah, very understandable. Go ahead and do your thing, brother. And great to meet you, and I will see you guys in your room.
Yeah, thank you. I would say a big thank you to you, to the community, to the good questions here. It was a pleasure for me to be here, and I'm looking forward to see some people from here in our community, and then they can ask all the other questions. We are here. We have a good team. We have a good community team. So, and yeah, on the next call, I'm on camera, but today it's lagging. I don't know why. And yeah, then you can see I'm doxed, and yes, it was a nice evening. Thank you.
All right, Kay, I'll see you around, Kay. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Great, brother.
So same from me. It was a very nice evening here. Thank you very much for the great hosting. Also for interesting questions and input. Like Kai already said, join our socials. Keep yourself educated on YouTube. We have a Twitter. We do all the social medias that you are used to. And you heard all. If you have further questions, the Telegram chat will help you. It's great to have you all on board. And we happily come back if we have some updates and get into community conversation once again.
Yeah, definitely, Phil. Yeah, I would love to have you guys come back, especially after the first construction is sold out. And because I think that's going to be a turning point for you guys. I foresee that, leading up to that first construction, 6 to 12 months, getting your first capital back, I think that's going to be huge for you guys. I think that's when everyone's going to wake up to your project and realize that, wow, you guys are actually making profit off this already right out the gate. So, Phil, I appreciate it again, along with Michael and your team. We will pin your Telegram on our channel, and we should probably wrap it up. So if you guys have any questions, guys, go join the Telegram room, be part of it, and ask questions over there. Mike will continue to look at the questions and see which is the best questions, and give out the price accordingly. Phil, Michael, you guys are still left. I appreciate you again being here at USA Crypto Group. But Mike will do the drawing right now. Mike, what do you think?
Yes, 100%. I am good to go, brother. Let me just get my my screen share here. 1 second.
Yeah, I want to say thank you too for this nice 2 hours. And I wish you all the best. Come to our Telegram group. There you can ask all your questions. And I wish you all a good day or evening. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Michael. See you guys later. Okay.
All right. Mike, man, that was a very comprehensive AMA. It's important that we know those numbers. And I didn't realize that we are leading up to like almost 2 hours and a half already. Wow, that was a long AMA.
Tell me it's been going so fast lately. Like I'm sitting there just enjoying going through questions. I look down, I'm like, wow, it really has been 2 hours, hasn't it?
Yeah, I have fun, and I like when a great projects come through, right, with strong fundamentals, because you have so much to talk about. I'm not sure how other groups do AMA under 1 hour, because there's so much to talk about to make sure that you really understand the project.
100%. And just like Seattle said, I would be going through all the questions. Now, today, I do want to point out our Twitter alone. We've had the most questions for this one particular project we've ever had on Twitter. 776 total comments, and most of them are questions. So amazing job, everybody, on getting that all done there. So we do have a $20 wheel giveaway that we'll be doing here. I'm going to shuffle this up in just a minute, but I just want to go over the rest of it. We're going to do $20 the best question. And you see I have a large amount of questions to go through. And we're also going to do $25 Twitter prize, which is still going. Armand's been sharing it. It's also in the pin there. And that's about it. I'm gonna shuffle this up and get our first winner off the wheel here. Truly was a great AMA.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I've been waiting for the winning prize for 2 years now. Again, I think this wheel is rigged by Mike.
Oh man, he always thinks his name is actually on here, but it never is. I'm just kidding. It's on there every time. Jamie, congratulations! Won yourself $20 there, brother. Be sure to send me a message after I post and pin the Telegram username there, and we'll get that paid out as ASAP. Hold on, let me just pull up this other thing here.
And I think, Mike, you're going to follow up with the posting on YouTube, right? And there's also a cash prize. If you guys had missed the AMA, I think the project is actually a very solid foundation, guys. This is actually very unique in the sense that they already have the initial capital, unlike other real estate projects that come through us. So very important. It's actually they paid for the first construction already, 1.3 million. Very important. But Mike is going to follow with a YouTube video. And if you guys had missed the AMA or any part of it, make sure you guys watch it. But those that have seen it or been here the whole time, give us a comment, a feedback over YouTube. And you also have a prize to win. How much is it, Mike?
We got a $15 opportunity over in YouTube as soon as it's all uploaded and shared.
Yeah, and you guys been killing it everywhere. You guys been very supportive of us over on Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys.
100%. We love all of you. Wherever you're from, this is USA Crypto Group. We accept everybody from all over. With that being said, I'm going to stop the recording here.